Yo, just kind of getting set up here. I was recording some videos for doing like some brain flips on the OPX-Y. I think I might just post them all today because I had a blast doing some of this stuff, and I don't know, I think some of you guys might dig some of these things if you got the OPX-Y. Yeah, what the heck, let's just start making these public. Everybody's gonna be like, dude, why are you publishing like 10 videos a day? And I don't know. Folks have been catching the streams for some of this stuff. Yeah, there's a lot to it. I'm trying to cover everything you can for it, but we're just gonna go public on all these. I don't mind. I'm so in the habit of clicking schedule. My brain is dying here. All right, I'm just uploading or posting 4 more videos. Should be fun. Yeah. All right. This janky thing, as I said, did come courtesy of the videos. So I'm just going to talk about like what I was doing, why I was doing it. And even though I kind of covered it in the video. So one of the things I'd done was a super lazy chop of this drum break. And just kind of, if you can kind of see on the screen here, there's like a ton of white space all over the place. Super sloppy chop. But it does allow us to just use the brain to kind of remix it. I don't know that it sounds that great by itself, but when you start getting the brain kind of moving stuff around, it sounds pretty good. So I'm just going to come in and mute some of these tracks just to begin. Kind of go over what's going on here. So if I hit play, you can hear. It's just, you can watch. It's kind of like just slices all over the place. If I do tap into brain here, you're going to hear sometimes it's going to go silent now. And that's because as it's moving around, it's grabbing a slice. Back here, some of these are empty. But effectively, if you use the brain, actually, one thing I should probably do, that I did with the rest of these is, do I want to do these as note on? Right now, they're one shot. So when you tap them, it's going to play the whole way through, which gives you the fun result of stacking a lot of these is a mess because we're just playing all of them at the same time. Because I've intentionally just kind of got one going at the same time, and I've got the BPM is set in the metronome for what these are playing. That's why it at least sounds like somewhat stable, if not kind of wonky still. This is probably not a great use of doing this effect either. Actually, you know what? Maybe we just go grab another break here. Let's see what we got. We'll find something different. Drum loops. Actually, I kind of like that. Let's load that to the pool. And if you want me, if anybody out there wants me to pull the MPC down so you can see better what I'm doing, feel free to let me know, but this is not anything super fancy. Just kind of going through and finding what we've got. All right. I'm going to do a region chop on this one again. This looks way cleaner than the sample I picked. So if I'm going to do this type of a break chop, the thing that's important to know is we want the BPM to match. So because I'm allowing the slices to play through, and if they're going to play through, then that means that it's going to be kind of beholden to whatever the BPM of that chop is. And this one happens to be 73 BPM, so we're going to switch that out. I'm just going to hold record and stop to just delete everything on this here. We're going to bounce back. I'm going to do Shift and 1. I'm going to move off of drum because we just want to empty this out. Shift and 1 again. I'm going to come back to drum. Now we have a empty drum. And I have all the chops up here. I don't even need to like save this or export it or anything unless I want to start doing effects. So all I'm going to do is grab the 16 notes here, just play one at a time, and just start recording this stuff in. Now we may hit some issues. Some of these may not have the right threshold to trigger and get going, but with that background, like staticky radio or vinyl noise, I think we'll be fine. You do need to know as well that this does like to kind of normalize your samples. So sometimes you'll get ones that are exceptionally loud compared to everything else, which is just a matter of going in and knocking it down. All right. So we can already like kind of noodle out some fun stuff. I've got everything else muted. Cool. So we already got like kind of something going here. I got to decide if I want, I'm going to intentionally, because we don't have a, even if I set this to mono, it's not going to cause them to kind of cut each other off. This is an area where the multi-sampler might be better. I'm going to have to look into that. It's one of these days I will take some time. What I'm going to do to solve the problem, I'm going to go through and change every single one of these. Like it's got the little line in front of it. I'm going to go and just turn the white knob all the way to the counterclockwise and set these all to note on. So it only plays while I have the gate turned on, because that'll allow me to come through. And now we're going to hear, it's not playing the whole way through. So anywhere I want it to play all the way through, just hold down the note and then extend it out. But like here, I think I want to find like a hat. So we're just going to add in like a little hat here. So it still sounds like it's looping. We get like that hat coming in from that section. All right, I'm gonna go to 5. I'm gonna erase all of the things that we had here because we're just playing it at like a different track now. And let's go in and unmute it. I don't want that reverb on here either. Let's go mixer. There's a little tiny hint of delay, but I think I'm okay with it. Now I'm going to turn this off. I think I want this last note to only play every 2 times. Actually, maybe I want both of these to only play every 2 times. Let's get both of them. So, already with just this, because I've got brain turned on, switch to the brain, we are still in D minor, which is what the bass and melodic, the keys are in that we haven't gotten to yet. I can already start kind of mixing this up. Now you're hearing it go silent for the drums because I didn't record in chops for everything. So it's basically, sometimes it's selecting nothing. And you got to remember, when you're doing brain on a drum kit, it is selecting a different sample, not a different, it's not playing it in a different key. All right, let's go over to track 6. We'll erase all this out too. I think this is going to be an area where we'll want it to be more bars to play with, but let's start here. I gotta unmute it. And in this case, I already have them set to note on, so I just needed to kind of play. We'll do this one. Maybe we'll just leave this one bar. I'll do this as another one that we'll just do every second note. All right, we go back to the brain. You're gonna hear, because on the, what I did is on this side, we now have some like saxophone going. So when we basically, if I play this half, sometimes we will transpose the notes up into this half for the drum kit and play those. So it can certainly get wild, depending on how you want to kind of mess with this. The thing is, like, I don't know where it's gonna necessarily go grab stuff, but it can be like that was like super fun. Oh, got a Discord message. Let's see what we got. Just got a package showing up that's delayed. Should be another fun instrument to mess with. All right. Well, that takes care of that. So, I don't know. What do I feel like doing? I am probably OPX-Y'd out. I just spent like an hour and a half messing with it to record some videos. Let's bounce out of this. Go to the MPC. See what we're going to do over here. So that is off. Just patching some stuff around here. Gotta figure out a better system for kind of getting the cables routed around here. All right, let's go new project. Don't need to save any of that. Come on. Is there noise coming from the volume knob? If there was, it's gone now. Sometimes using it helps. All right, new. Let's go places, SSD, samples, style. What do I feel like? I just want something kind of chilled out. I would go drum and bass or something, but I don't know. Let's just see what I have. I got like a ton of stuff in this hip hop folder. Let's go production master. 3 a.m. drive home melancholic. Why not? Sounds moody. Full drum loops. Maybe not full volume now. Oh, I don't want to be loading this to the undo. Load to pool. And kind of like that sound in there. Let's grab some bass. It says bass loops, but this just sounds like a solid note. There we go. could use this just by itself, I guess. And then throw it through like a transgate or something just to get it to move. Weird. E minor. That's like... That one's hitting low. The sample's got a lot of pops in it, though. Maybe we don't like the melancholic drive home. Let's try bass loops from... we are... Okay, my mixer is, like... driving. Hey, Sai, what's going on, man? I don't know. I feel like I want it louder, but... this one's like weird enough. Let's just see what we can do with it. So we're going to be in C minor. So we're going to need C minor guitar. We'll load it. I don't think I'm going to use it. What else we have? That's C minor in here. No C minor stuff there. Pad loops, vocals. Not really what I'm looking for. Oh, we go the other way. Let's see if they have any. Like, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna check my mixer. I keep hearing noise. I just don't know if it's these loops or... Not here at that time. Could be me. Let's load that. Maybe we'll switch to G minor. Doopadoo. The fun of... I don't know. I'll load it. A little more aggressive than I'm looking for, but we can maybe filter it down. All right, let's just go see what we got here. Sample edit. G minor. We're just going to delete this. It's fine. Just get out of memory. G, G. We're going to delete it. I know. I'm going to hit that one and be like, what the heck was I thinking? All right. We're just going to do a bunch of quick region chops. Let's go. This is probably 64 looking at it. Should be good. Convert. Do it. I did see your message. I wrote back to you, but maybe you wrote back while I was recording videos and didn't see it. I have tried Scalar 2. I like Scalar 2 on the iPad. The Bluetooth, though, between the iPad and the MPC, you can send the notes over, but you got to understand that the latency can be pretty terrible. So if you're trying to keep it in sync, it's unlikely to do what you want to do. I would, I don't know. If you're going to use the iPad, I would look at getting something that will get you the ability to get a USB port and then go get like the Roland UM-1. I did shoot you over a link to a video I did, I think last month, that was talking about like syncing Core Gadget to the MPC, if I remember correctly. Should get you like the parts that you're looking for, and like at least watch it and see if it does what you want. But yeah, I got Scalar 2 on the iPad. It is a great application, and you can get like some pretty serious stuff done with it. So yeah, like it is cool. All right, we're gonna convert. Whoop. convert this over. What did I just do? I don't know why. I don't want to insert a slice there. All right. I don't know what's going on with it lit up the way it is. Okay, I'm cool with that one. I might as well just check the... All right. We are good on that front. Yeah, I was like, I could do another video, and I was like, that'll be silly because I've already kind of done it already. But let's go threshold chop on this. That does not look promising, but see if we go low enough, if it'll get all these. I mean, it can be fun to just get like weird chops out of here. I need to adjust the start point on a couple of these. About there. Get that out of the middle of this one. All right, I'm not going to be super precious about this. We're just going to do it. Might be able to get threshold. Good enough. We'll see what we want to use for a base, and I think this was the last one. Regions, was that like 8 or 16? Let's go 16. So basically, we get like kind of a different strums here on the odds, and kind of like a patty sound on the other ones. Not bad. Cool. All right. What BPM do we want to work at? This says it's 135. I don't know. We have like actually we should like think about pitching this down anyway. We'll mess with it. All right, that's decent enough. Let's if we're gonna do this, we're gonna have to pitch everything down the same amount for bases to get it to line up. Pad, we want to edit all pads, and we need to add a tiny bit of attack to get rid of some of the popping. Why is it? Okay, just checking to make sure we got all of them edited. That magic button does that. Base. Menu, track. Do the same thing. We're editing all. Let's get the attack up a tiny bit. Come on. We don't want 20. We want like 2 or 3. Oh, I guess it's just 6 chops. And need to drop the semitones to 7 to keep them together. Same thing, drop this 7, and I think that one's good. Delete this track, get rid of this garbo. This track, for the drums, I'm going to switch them to poly for both of them, because I got them chopped down so low. We do need an envelope here as well. We're still on all. Let's get it down to like... Oh man. like that pop on the end is annoying. I don't want to spend the time to fix it. Come on. Sustain. That's good enough for my lazy fix, my super lazy fix here. And we will get back here, switch it to here. Come on. Good enough. Actually, I should find kind of like that kick, but not a big fan of that snare. So we can find. Did I grab samples that don't have any snares that I like? It's not really a great fill-in snare, but I don't feel like digging right now for it. Let's switch over. Let's see, you jumped off to check, not worried about the latency, just using it for scalar 2 for interesting chords, and the only thing I kept working was the MIDI trigger. I guess explain to me a little bit more what you want to do with scalar 2. Do you just want the MIDI out from your MPC? You just want to like see the MIDI notes being able to get rendered? Is that what you're looking for? Because if you are, it's not like too terrible, but there's a couple like weird tricks that I'm forgetting offhand. But I know you can do it. I think I've done a video showing how to do it. So if you get the Bluetooth going, let me check so I can find it. Scalar. I literally have no videos on Scalar. Well, I have done it. I don't mind taking like a quick detour. Let's make some room here. So first up will be, I've got to sync these up over MIDI. We need to go into settings. Bluetooth is on. Let's go doop doop doo, menu, preferences, Bluetooth, turn it on. iPad, connect. Connect. Okay, it is. Well, pair. There we go. You're going to pair it over here. Just had to accept it. And now, failed to connect. Try again later. Really? Try it from the iPad. Okay, we are connected. Got blue here, says connected over here. We will go and I go menu? No. New track, MIDI. So if you're looking to send MIDI out, we want the output port. I thought it showed up. It's been a while. It's been a long while since I've done this. What is the magic to do this? I'm going to load up Scalar. All right, Scalar 2 is coming in. MIDI. I forget if you have to. I'm pretty sure there's a setting you got to get in here just right. Yeah, I know if you just want the notes from Scalar, I know you can do this. I've totally done this where like I've sent notes over and then you see like, oh, here's my options for scales based on what's getting sent over, and then you can work on it. It's gonna take me a minute to, I have not done this in quite a while. MIDI channel is not the right one. Bluetooth and MIDI settings. All right, it is, okay. You got to go into the Bluetooth MIDI settings, and I've got input and output both set to MPC Live 2. I forget if you have to hit pair or not. All right. Let's see. Does it? I don't think it's going to send anything over by default. Okay, it is sending. I can see tapping here is sending MIDI over. Here we go. Now it's seeing it. Because I've got this scalar loaded, I can see my iPad here. So now if I send play notes, I can see it's working. Have you gotten this far? And what the heck have I done? Oh, I've got a MIDI loop going. Basically what's happening is, if I push a note here, it's just going to keep going because of the latency. Given this, you probably don't want to have both input and output on at the same time. So I'm just going to turn it off. But yeah, I've got it set to output right now. I'm going to turn MIDI output to none. So it's now not receiving MIDI notes from the MPC to the iPad. But if I play like a chord, now it's not sending it. What did I mess up? MIDI Bluetooth settings. MIDI output is MPC Live Bluetooth 2. We don't want the input port, all ports. Do I have to tell it to come in there from there? I mean, it probably is a saner way to do it. All. What the heck did I just do? Okay, we're going to go back to input. Let's go here. I saw it do it one time. Is it tricking me? It was working like a minute ago. So you got it so that it was able to send and receive, or you got it to... Yeah, see, now it's not output. Set the output, it works fine. It's definitely sending it. MIDI input, I'm pretty sure like this should just work. And now we've got a loop going again. Select a plugin instead of MIDI. I'm a little trying to brain context shift here. Are we getting differences? Okay, it's sending these. Now it's sending them. I don't even know what I just did. You said to electric plug-in. You want to plug in on the MPC. Yeah. So let's go. We'll do new track, plug in. This won't matter terribly. Let's go organ. So it's definitely sending the chords over. So you don't have the chords working. It's not sending over. Do you have the are you on MPC firmware 2 or 3? And if you're on 3, 2 has like a little red dot that you got to get turned on. Do you have like the sequence record armed? And I'm trying to think of like other things that get weird. Yeah, so I've got it working. It's definitely sending it, so we can figure out. You're on 2.15. All right. The view is a little different, but there's like a little spot with like a red circle, and you got that armed. What in the world else could it be? I know I got this working. Wow, it looks like my camera froze up for a second there. That was fun. What else? I've definitely got this working. I don't mind. Like I can, let's see if we can help you out here. We'll downgrade preferences, info, downgrade. Sure. Can update back to firmware 3. Don't save. I don't need any of that. It is gone forever. You can get it to sync the MIDI, but it can get like really goofy. Which is what I was trying to say is like when you get Bluetooth going, it's really hard to say like, oh yeah, it's like synced correctly or doing the right thing. But let's give it a try. We'll see if we can get it on the same page here. It's the in time part that I'm really worried about for the Bluetooth here. Because when you're sending MIDI over Bluetooth, there's a pretty good amount of lag with it. Yeah, probably just like everybody, like if there was anybody else out there like hanging out, they're probably like, whatever. I don't want to watch the update to downgrade process, but it's cool. We'll see if we can figure this out for you. I'm gonna have to go back to settings in a minute and get that stuff going. Oh, are we back? Do. Come on, I believe in you, MPC. You can do it. Or maybe you can't do it. I don't know. Empty project. Man, I haven't seen this interface in a little while. Download directory could not be found. That is almost certainly just needs to be set then. Drive not available. Change to my SD card. Should activate everything correctly. All right, next up, we are going to Preferences, Bluetooth. It says we're connected on both devices. That's a good sign to start. Let's go main. All right, so what you're trying to do is, I got a couple thoughts here. First, I need to get my brain wrapped back around what the interface is and what I'm looking at. So first things first. Oh, come on, you punk. So is it still Bluetooth MIDI settings? In We're just going to go output for the moment. Okay. We're sending MIDI. Let's change this from a MIDI to a plugin like you were saying. There we go. All right. To get, I'm assuming what you want to do is be able to hit the play button and have it go play a sequence on, like if I just hit the, you can't see very well, but if I just hit the play button here, it will start playing through the scalar sequence. And you want that to start. So we got to make sure we don't get any MIDI feedback loops, but we're going to have to turn MIDI input on for both of these because the MPC will need to be able to send over MIDI to get the clock and other stuff over, but we need to make sure it's not getting the MIDI back for the clock and stuff. Okay. First one is we're going to go preferences and we're going to go MIDI and sync. So I'm going to go from here. We've got global control. I don't think we want track. I think if you turn track off, it's going to ignore the MIDI notes and other things coming on. I think you turn, actually no, we want track on for inputs. It's outputs that we want track off. So we want sync on and track off here, so that what that's going to be saying is to the MPC, send the sync out for tempo and play and other things, and track, make sure we don't send track data back out. Yeah, I get what you're trying to do. Like it's handy. Like this doesn't sound like it's playing synced. So if we go menu, I've got sync off up here, which is going to make sure that it doesn't take a MIDI clock from scalar. Why did it stop playing? Does it just go to the end and then stop? Or do I need to actually build a sequence up in the sequence tab, maybe? All right, we'll figure this out. Settings, tempo. So we don't want this to have to be set. DAW sync, I think you need that on. I think that might be the magic that makes some of this work. Let's go to sequence. I don't remember how we fully add stuff in here. It's been a while, so I don't remember. That's why I'm like trying to figure out. So like if I hit play right now, it's not doing anything. I can't hit play now, I suspect because I've got DAW sync on. Let's turn that off and just see if it behaves. Okay, it behaves the way I expect. So the DAW sync is definitely waiting for something to trigger. Why are we not sending MIDI out? This tells it to loop, play. I don't know, C just MIDI capture. Start new MIDI capture, does it? I don't think it's doing what I want. I'm not going to export it. What else are we missing? Follow, Performance mode follow, beat, global quantize. I don't think that matters. We're going to go out. I hit play. We're not getting any. I'm not convinced that we are sending out sync. Cancel. I don't want to do that then. I don't think we want to send track, but if anybody else is out there, I would love to get an idea of what I might be doing wrong here. I'm missing something important. Or scalar. I have to imagine scalar will take transport controls. So like this play button should be doing something. The record and play start. It's because it's not sending transport controls, which we should be able to actually see in this MIDI monitor. It's like it's just not sending it. I feel like I'm forgetting something. What else could I be doing or missing? Preferences. I'm going to turn track off. I just don't think we need that. Output sync. Sync MIDI clock. That's just telling it that it needs to sync to MIDI clock, I think. Oop. Menu. If Scalar does Ableton Link, that might actually be better. We don't have Ableton Link set up. I don't think Scalar does it anyway. I am still quite convinced we want sync on off here because we don't want to sync to a external device. And I know you can't see like everything I'm looking at on Scalar. I'm trying to see if there's like anything that shows me on Scalar where the tempo is that it's pulling, because the tempo is by default set to 90 over here and it's just not following anything. So, all right, I'm just going to turn the metronome on so I can just at least hear what's going on through that. Make sure I know if it's playing. Okay, DOS sync on. You could just go manually adjust the tempo up here to forcibly match it, but I get what you want. Like, you want to be able to play like some chords and have them just work. Why is this such a pain? Do I have... I'm going to switch out for a second. I'm just going to hop over to Korg Gadget, because I know like in Korg Gadget, it does work to follow. So Bluetooth MIDI, I'm going to go to settings. Is it MIDI advanced? Easy, sync to auto. Tempo. If I hit play, we're not getting a tempo change. And I know sometimes this thing can just drop. It says it's connected still. So let's see, are we sending MIDI out? Oh, I turned that off. Darn it. Track. Let's get a new track. MIDI port. Okay. definitely seeing that I'm sending MIDI notes over, and we're not getting tempo. What is up with that? I'm going to go external tempo just to force it. Yeah, it is not sending it. I don't. It's possible that it does not send tempo over Bluetooth. Like that could be the actual problem we're hitting here. That would seem weird to me. But because I'm watching Gadget, and when I hit play, it's not getting it. Not working there. Not with that. I know we can do Ableton Link, but that's not what you're looking to do. I'm either missing something or this doesn't work. Could be either. What do you wish you? Sorry, what do you wish you could afford, Ken? I'm just trying to help Sai over here. Yeah, the MMC just the MTC MIDI clock, like it just doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, it's gonna be even better. You're gonna send me a video link of me doing it. And I'm like, oh yeah, it works. And I just will be like, there might be something that I just am forgetting here that is super obvious. So, Ken, are you trying? Do you want an MPC, or are you just in that like, I don't have it, so it's a bit of a bummer, but you'll get something else some other time, or do you actually want an MPC? All right, Sai, are you literally going to send me a video of me doing this and getting it to work? Because that'll make me laugh. Maybe a sad laugh, but I also don't know why my camera keeps popping on and off. All right, someone else's video. All right, that's at least less sad on my part. I will. I'm gonna go grab a couple pieces because I want to see if I can get it to work correctly over the USB. 1 second. I have moved so much stuff around to try and clean up, and now I can't find the cables I wanted to find. Maybe they're down here. I'll have to try some other time. What is the step I'm missing? Program change, pad performance, MIDI. We're sending MIDI over and generating a MIDI loop, which is no good. I don't see if you just posted something in the live chat. I don't see it through OBS, but did you email it to me? If you emailed it, maybe I can grab it. Actually, I kind of remember that there were some hidden menus in here too. Let's see. No, not there. And we are, okay. It is sending still send a MIDI over, which is my biggest fear is that's going to stop working. Go to this. I disable that, so turn that on. You just do neardao@gmail.com will work. neartao@gmail.com. I might need to play the video on my iPad or something to watch it real quick. If it's like a 20-minute video, though, I'll probably just skip. Transpose, note, sequence. What other device can I see if we are sending MIDI to? I'm going to turn on some other gear over here. All right, I'll hear a ding in a second then. Come on, Akai Z8, you can make it. Well, it's booted. Oh, I just heard the ding. Let's see what we got. Well, I'm going to not be able to do it on my iPad for a second. We'll get it going. All right. Just zipping links all over the world. Hey, Bogota. I was going to say Bogota or something. I don't know how I was going to pronounce that. It just, in my mind, sounded wrong. Here we go. Let's grab the link and start skipping YouTube ads. Come on. Skip. All right. Okay. Getting the setup. Getting there. So he's playing notes from the MPC into scalar. Or is he? Oh, maybe he's playing like a pad and then having scalar do the strumming. Okay. Did I miss a setting he did? Probably skipped it too fast. So he's doing Bluetooth MIDI. Did he do anything magical with MPC settings? I didn't see anything. Yeah, so he just connected his iPad. Cool. Sorry, I'm scrubbing around too much probably, but I'm just trying to figure out what he's got for us. The real thing is like he's probably got either an MPC either is it obviously a scaler or a MPC setting, but so I mean we can't see what he's doing on the screen here, but are you sure he's playing a sequence? I don't think he is. Like, I'm gonna watch that again. I know, super weird watching this through my iPad recording. Because I think he's just playing this on the screen. You just can't see. Yeah, I don't think he's, or maybe, I can't tell if that's playing or not. He might just be tapping through those and then recording it into the system. I don't think he's, I think all he's doing for what you're trying to explain here, because you can't see what he's doing. I think what he's got going on is basically he's got like this. He does the overdub and play, and then he's just doing this. And now it's recorded in, but like, because you can't see what his hands are doing, I don't think this is ever you could see that the buttons up top were being triggered, but this doesn't play from like the tempo from hitting play start. He was just happened to be playing these in order. I think I could be wrong. I mean, you could reach out to the dude, but I don't think it was doing this like playing tempo synced or anything else. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, I also don't think it's it seems like the Bluetooth isn't sending. I'll have to look into it more. I don't know that it's sending transport controls over Bluetooth or tempo syncing. I know you can totally get the tempo syncing with the right adapters. Like, basically, I've got like a USB-C piece that gives me a USB output, and then I've got the Roland UM1 that will then allow you to do all that stuff, where I know it'll send the tempo sync and all that stuff. But I think if you're going to do this, if you're trying to keep it in sync, you're probably going to need something that's going to let you use the Ableton link, and kind of go nuts. Yeah, man, like this stuff's complicated, so there's all these like little tiny edge cases. So, and I'm still taking a big guess. Like, I don't know how he was triggering it, because we can't see, like, we can just see like what he's sharing for his iPad screen, not like the actual display and like where he was touching things. So he may have gotten that going, but I actually do think that you can. I don't think about it. Maybe I'll see if I can do a video on it, but I'm quite confident you can get this sequencer to be in sync to play with transport controls. So I just need to go find like a cable and adapter. Maybe I should just try and hunt for it one more time. All right. You know how they say whatever you're looking for is in the last place you look. Here's the Roland UM1. Now I just need to find my iPad adapter. Right behind me. All right. So I've linked this a million times, but I mean, this is basically USB-C to SD card and USB adapter. It also has a line out, so you can actually use your iPad as a MIDI interface. Let's get this hooked up. So effectively, what I'm going to do is plug this in on the side of the iPad, and I'm just going to hook the Roland over here. for the UM1. Yeah, like, and like it's cool. Like, if that's like what worked for him and like got some stuff working, it isn't like a bad way to do it. Let's see. This is MIDI in. All right, sorry I had to look at my shoulder there. It was in the way, but so what I've done is presumably I got these set up right, which I might have done. I probably did it backwards. Darn it. I'll go back this way. I'm just looking at the lights to. Oh, actually, that was really silly of me because I need to be on a MIDI track to see that working. We are going to be. Okay, here we go. So I can now see MIDI data is going, and it is absolutely sending the clock data now, which I wasn't seeing that for Bluetooth before. So I actually think we'll be able to do this and get all of this for what you're looking for the sequencer. I think we can get this to work now. All right, let's see if we can get. So I can play the pads here, and we have a sequence going. What happens if I hit play? Oh, we gotta exit that and we'll erase everything here. Do it. All right, transport controls don't seem to be working still. Although I gotta go check all my settings now because there's like tons of places this might be messed up. DAW sync is on, so I think we're good for scalar. Now I need to go into my menu and check my MIDI sync. We need. Okay, we're not sending sync out on MIDI A. So I was going to turn. Actually, we'll leave track off. So I'm just going to go MPC A sync. I'm going to hit stop, and you can see here when I'm tapping stop, the lights triggering, so I can tell that we're sending transport controls. And I can see when I hit play, it's sending it as well. Why is this not starting? It won't let me hit play. If I hit stop, come back over here. There's like, I just know like this is like super fiddly for scalar. I'm gonna turn that off. Now I can hit play. All right, it's playing this sequence out through audio instead of playing it over MIDI. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, because, well, the MIDI connection got disconnected because the USB here, I bumped it. Well, I guess oh, now it's going. I want to go check all my Bluetooth and MIDI settings. Okay, UM1 MIDI output. Yeah, there's like so many settings here to get right. Not triggering anything. Not triggering anything. I don't. All right. When you say port listening, Alistar, are you talking about on Scalar or are you talking about someplace else? Because I'm not totally sure which one we need listening set to. And Sai, you got me. I haven't quite got this figured out for you yet. Hmm. The MPC keep track on. Well, the only reason I was turning track off is so that we're not sending a loop here. Don't worry about it. You're not being a pain. Sending track on still isn't getting this to play. It's really annoying because it's not, like I can't even hit the play button when I've got DAW sync on. I don't think switching sync to any of these is going to help. Well, I'm gonna have to drop in a couple minutes here anyway, because I gotta get like stuff done for work. But I don't know. If I get some time, man, I will play around with it and see if I can figure it out. Because if I can get it, whatever's not working with it over USB is probably also why it's not working over Bluetooth. So I don't know, I'll poke at it. This has got to be totally doable. Scalar is an app that you can get on the PC, you can get it on the iPad. It's not on the iPhone because the interface is too big. Whoop, turn that down. What it allows you to do is you can either have it listen to MIDI, where if you play some MIDI notes, it will then tell you what scale or set of scales you may be in, and then it'll help you generate chords and things so that you can then create musically consistent and harmonic content. So you can do it over MIDI, so playing notes, or you can also tell it to listen over audio. So if you're just like having somebody that's like playing guitar, it'll take that audio and do its best to try and detect what notes somebody's playing. I mean, you can do it with like an external synthesizer, loops, whatever you want to send to it. I mean, it's pretty good at a number of those things. So like once it's detected things, it will tell you like it'll tell you like what it thinks you've played, and then like basically through like this detection, then when you are down here, you start telling it what scales you want it to use. So if you know what like your root note is or your first note, you can just go select that, and then it'll tell you what scales are valid for that as well. And then you start looking at voicings. It allows you to give like different like if you want how you want like the chords to be set up and arranged, and then you can just kind of drag whatever you want for chords down into this bottom, and it'll allow you to create chord progressions that you would like to use. You save them in multiple patterns, and then you can start coming into like the sequencer here, where you can have those patterns be something you can play out and arrange in a way that you'd like to. But I haven't like gotten super deep into it, but there's like all these like chords and pads, and you could do like mod work on it. I mean, there's like this thing's pretty deep. If you're, I would say it's definitely handy for somebody that understands music theory and kind of how things come together. It's also really useful if you don't understand music theory and you're just like, I just want to make some chords that will sound nice together and not have to like think about or do like all the excuse me, do like all the math for it and stuff. So yeah, definitely like check out a few videos on it. Like Scalar 2 is really cool. I mean, I've got Melodyne and it's super expensive. So I would say like if you got an iPad and can get into it, Scalar 2 I think is $30 versus like 500 or 600 for Melodyne. Melodyne actually lets you take like audio and then grab it and just like move it around where you'd like it to be, but it requires a completely different set of skills. I do have a buy me a coffee link. It's not necessary, man. It's up to you. Um, the easiest way to find it would probably be just on any of my random videos. Like just hit the description. I've got like where I've got like the Patreon set up, and I've got buy me a coffee. Although I've been thinking about just shutting down the buy me a coffee. But I think we'll get you an answer. Like it's just going to take me some time to scratch my head and work through what particular thing I'm missing, and then we'll get this sorted. I I think I'm in the ballpark though, because as I said, I had this working for Cork Gadget, and if I go back to Gadget, like I'm curious if it will pick up the tempo. Yeah, it's not picking up the tempo. I may also need to like it should be playing these loops and stuff, and it's just it doesn't want to do anything. So I've clearly done something wrong here. Yeah, because if I turn it to auto, it works just fine. Um, would I say the iPad is more powerful than the MPC? By and large, anything that's got like a full computer that people can program, it's going to tend to be more powerful and be able to do a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a ton of amazing apps on the iPad. Uh, I personally still like actually working with and on the MPC, but I just like having all the having the knobs, having the pads to be able to go tap stuff out. You don't get as much physical feedback from like tapping on squares on the screen, but I can totally do it. Like I don't have a problem with it. I think people have made like tons of great music and like Koala and stuff. So I mean, if you're looking for just like how do I get into a music app to start with on the iPhone or iPad, I'd get like Koala for $15. You can get the whole thing fully unlocked, and it just gets you like a ton of like functionality that you can just sample off of your phone. You can load in samples. You get the microphone and stuff. Um, I would say like if you're in that space of like how do I just get started, like I don't know if an MPC is the right place to start. Like there's so much free software out there and like cheap apps. You really want to start looking more at hardware, I think, when you're in that, like, I know more what I'm looking for, what I like, and can get a sense to, like, actually play with it hands on. Um, but, yeah, I mean, like, you can do an awful lot with just your touch screen and, like, a mouse and keyboard for sure. So, I wouldn't put yourself in the, like, do I have to get a MPC or any other device to make music or anything? You totally don't. Um, The other thing is, if you're just looking for something kind of cheap to play with, Pocket Operator, the PO33, is 40 seconds of sample time. You get some pads and super cool to work with if you're looking to get away from the PC, just because you're like, I'm sick of looking at a screen. Behind me, for 220 bucks, you can get the Roland P6. It is basically a lot of the good parts of the SP404 Mark II, but in a much smaller package. This thing is the sample time is limited, but you can do a lot of cool stuff with this. I'm not going to drag the SP404 Mark II that's back there over in front of the camera because I'll probably just accidentally disconnect stuff. But I mean, like the SP404s are great. But if you're looking for something in the $100 to $200 range at some point to play with, I'd say check out the P6 as a solid sampler or the PO33. And if you got other questions, like feel free to drop a link in the comments or ask something. Yeah, Brad, Reaper is also a solid DAW to work with. Key 37's like super nice, man. Like I think you'll enjoy it. You'll be able to take a lot of what people are explaining how to do on the MPC and like 99% of that is going to be applicable, make sense, and totally work on the Key 37. So if you're getting that, I think that'll give you plenty to chew on and play with. I mean, personally, I sample a lot of content into my MPC from like my iPad and stuff. So like don't feel like you can't use an iPad or phone. Like just load up YouTube or whatever and just start sampling off of it into your 37. You'll have plenty of stuff to work with. Um, yeah. All right. Well, sorry I could not get you a answer today. And thank you for the complete rat hole on this. Like I really don't mind. Um, it's I'm usually in the mindset of like, okay, can I figure out how to get this stuff done? And if I got the gear, I will absolutely try. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. The only thing that's coming to mind is under preferences. I may need to actually do a reset preferences. There may be just something weird that's wedged in here that we can't see as a setting. Could be something else too, but I don't know what the heck is. Oh, watch. I'm gonna scroll all the way down and be like, oh yeah, we didn't set something. Enable MIDI ports when discovered. Sure. Sync receive. Sync send off. So if you want to know what the problem is, let's just turn this to on. Ah, sigh. Sigh. I'm embarrassing myself. I guarantee this is gonna fix it. Um hold on. Let's start with Core Gadget just because I know like this will. Yeah, it's working. As soon as I hit stop and play, it is just this dumb send sync setting that was buried at the bottom of the MIDI sync menu here. Let's go back to scalar. Um, it was one, dude. I was just seriously in that like I'm gonna just scroll down further because I was like I think there was some hidden settings down there that are really important. I, hold on. So we're on the plugin track. Let's go back to sequencer. I can see the light is blinking. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. That was capture. If I hit play, we're playing. We're still not doing anything. We're also sending out the iPad's sending out an awful lot of MIDI data. I gotta go close some of these apps because it's also possible Korg. Yeah, Korg Gadget was probably doing something. We're not getting any. Oh, I gotta turn this up so I can hear it. It's still not triggering. But we are definitely, this is more what I was expecting, is like just a solid out over here so I could see what the heck was going on. Yeah, Core Gadget, man, like is amazing. There's so many good sounds in there to just go either sample off of and like all the sequencers are pretty simple but fun to work with, I think. What the heck? Okay, like I'm closer. I still don't know what the issue is for why this is not. Well, I have Bluetooth and UM1 set up together. Probably not the best idea. Let's turn Bluetooth off and off. Stop. Play. I'm close. Anyway, I do have to drop, man. But yeah. I will try and go back through the settings here and see if I can figure out what nonsense I missed and get you an answer, Sai. Everybody else, thanks for hanging out. Sorry if this was boring as heck or just way too goofy to watch, but appreciate your time anyway. Take it easy. Have a great day. Keep making music. Keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.